Libra, you need to chill. Libra, have you lost your marbles? What on earth are you doing? I'm connecting with a Libra who is moving manic, moving like flash. Now, when I say manic, often that's associated with mental health. It's not. Other people will try and play you right now like there's something wrong with your mental because you are moving crazy. You are moving brazy. But listen, do not be a fool to the DSM-5 TR, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder that tells you what is or isn't right for your mental state. Because the truth of the matter is, you are a fucking renegade and you are doing something wild. And people that are mere muggles and NPCs in this bitch will tell you you're crazy, you're losing your mind, you're having a manic episode, you're a lunatic, mate. But that's not true. You are an absolute savage in this. And we are about to deep dive and find out exactly why. Knight of Cups, first card out. You're making a move. You're moving towards something that you really, really want. Six of Wands out after that. It's going to be victorious. You know it's going to be victorious. You've seen the way. You are moving like Mandalorian on a mission with Grego under your arm, ready to go. In the back of your mind, the Star. In the front of your mind, Ten of Cups. This looks romantic. Ew, excuse you. Okay. Is that what we're doing over here? That's gorgeous. Okay. Four of Cups. Four of Pentacles. But you're holding on to something still. You're holding on to something too tightly. And it is a little bit of... I'm not going to refrain from judgment. Give me a minute. Let me get the rest of the cards out. Temperance. Seven of Swords. Three of Wands. And the Six of Pentacles. This is gorgeous. I'm going to clarify straight away because I just want to give you a really clean story, okay? Knight of Cups, the Magician. Straight away, you're manifesting what you want in your life. You are victorious. Ten of Wands. You're moving a lot of people out of the way for this. Yeah, Six of Wands, Ten of Wands. You are victorious in this, and that's because you're moving a lot of people out of the way. It doesn't matter what they say. You know exactly what you're doing. You are on the money. You are moving in the right direction. You're on the right path. There is an issue with your fours at this time. 444. Any date related to the 4th is significant. So we could say the 4th of December could be a very significant date for you. That's just gone, I believe. And then also any other 4s coming up. Any way that you relate to 4 in time and the synchronicity of 444, hold that. We're going to dive in a little bit more. The Star card is coming out with the Page of Cups, okay? And then we've also got Ten of Cups, Justice. It looks like you're moving up and leveling up in your personal life in regards to emotional fulfillment. It could be romantic, but it may not be necessarily. We'll keep going. Four of Cups now clarified by the King of Cups, and Four of Pentacles is now clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Not only that, let's go Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, Five of Wands. Now covers the Three of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Sun. Empress at the bottom of the deck. Yep. This is really nice. This is a relationship, and this is you leveling up in a relationship. But explain to me and tell me in the comments, and I'm about to get rude and aggy with you guys. I don't know why air signs get such a rough ride with me sometimes. You guys always fire in the mind. That blue fire energy I see again. Go and watch the air sign reading talking about the main character when I spoke about that blue flame around the sword of truth. Because for some reason, you're still holding on to your independence, but you know you want this relationship. So I don't know how deeply you've dove into this new relationship, this new connection. You're definitely moving other people out of the way so you can get this. You really are open and emotional to this, like emotionally receptive. You're willing, you want to receive, you want to give. There's equal give and take in this relationship, and it is going to blossom into something really prosperous, something that you love very much. But there is this independence that you're holding on to a lot, or this person is. Either way, you and this person seem to be holding tightly onto the ideology of independence. That's interesting because Four of Cups, you kind of maybe got ghosted in the past, blocked in the past, rejected in the past, DMs ignored in the past. Someone was developing their emotions. Someone was working on clarity in their mind a little bit more, trying to get more self-assured. Someone was catfishing online potentially. Someone was sneaking and spying, stalking. It's this Page of Swords with the Seven of Swords. So that is kind of a catfish, lying, stalking, social media, DMs, flirting, comments. Like, it's social media antics, and it's a heavier side of it, which isn't just a down-to-earth, simple relationship or connection. So it suggests that you've met this person online through social media, potentially a dating app that has a lot of social presence, but not necessarily confirmation about that social presence online. There's been a lot of back and forth about who this person is, their character, their personality, your arrogance, their arrogance, your skills, their skills, your vanity, your appearance. You could work in the same sector, the same community. If you come together, then it's going to be known or heard about, or people are going to see you. So you've been trying to bide your time, make sure it's right, or you've been having to fight people off from attacking this person. You've been felt like you were being attacked for loving this person. You could have fallen in love with somebody and everybody else is saying they're not for you, they're not genuine, we don't want you to be with them, no, don't go towards that person. Like he say, she say bullshit is what I get here more than anything else. But you've been moving like flash towards this new connection. This isn't something that you've taken your time to go for. You have been slowly going for this. And you see this person as prey, right? Not for you, but to others. So you've been a bit worried about this person, or a little bit overly protective of this person, I want to say. Like, you look at this person as mission, like someone that you have to look over and watch, like, you know, the character in Arrow, the character in Flash. Like, you are that superhero character who is like saving the damsel, protecting the vulnerable citizen, being the superhero that you are presenting as superhero, right? Like, it's so funny because in my head I just get a vision of you walking down the street in a superhero costume, just on a casual day, and walking with your arms out, like really serious about your superhero energy. And that's just kind of your personality. And that's why people are potentially laughing at you or going, you're manic, you're crazy, you're lunatic, you're out of your mind, because you are really exuding superhero in real life, you know? And we're heading in that direction. Cosplay is evolving. Don't worry, in time we all will be superheroes, just living casually. Fuck the haters and the losers. The Hancocks of the world are rising. They can hate all they want. We are here, right? So don't stress yourself. This person isn't really showing up in the reading. They're very private and personal and not in the present moment. And I think that's maybe a thing for you as well, knowing how to really initiate this change in your life and their life, because not only are you really independent, they're really independent, and they hold their independence really close to their heart, as do you, like holding your cards close to your chest. But they hold their independence close to their chest. So they could be an activist or feminist or an advocate or someone who really speaks about their singlehood. Imagine you're moving into a connection with someone who represents what it means to be single all the time, you know? Who has a very different belief system or stands on something very out there. And this person seems to stand alone a lot of the time, and work through a lot of difficult stuff. They could study chemistry, algebra. They could do gymnastics as well. Could be an acrobat. Work with pets, animals, pediatrician. But you've seen this person be attacked in the public eye, I think. You've seen this person really, really go through it. And as a result, you've seen them be wounded. I feel like you've been wounded because of what you've seen. I think it's hurt you to see what's gone on here. And I feel like you've stood up and fought for this person. And, you know, sometimes you fight for people without rightly fighting for people. There's a lot of ways we advocate for social groups without outrightly screaming about it. Like, I can advocate for the LGBTQ without outrightly waving a rainbow flag. I don't advocate for every aspect of the rainbow generation. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of issues that need to be addressed and a lot more conversations that need to be had. But I do really stand for and advocate for everyone being who the fuck they want to be in this lifetime and not being abused for being gay. Not being prevented from having children because you're gay. Not being looked at as a whore or a prostitute or anything disgraceful because you're a lesbian and automatically being looked at as merely a sex genre. Do you get what I mean? Like, we advocate for things in different ways and we speak in different ways that can make us appear manic or confused or like lunatics, but people don't know why we're doing that and why we're going about it in the way in which we are. Because sometimes I cuss and bitch and talk about LGBTQ in harsh ways. Not bitch at them, but I put my foot down because I know that there's a massive amount of the population or that social group that are being murdered and that are actually committing suicide. So sometimes I'm a little bit harsher to that group, and that's because I love them even more so. And sometimes I don't want to be too soft on them and encourage them to feel totally safe and secure when only last week I heard a story about a suicide event or a murder because someone wasn't vigilant enough or someone didn't get the support that they needed or connect with a community that could check in and make sure they were safe. You know? So sometimes I'm a little bit gritty and we take harsher approaches in life because I don't want another person in that community to die. So now I'm not going to scream, let's all go out and cover ourselves in glitter and scream trans and non-binary, because a lot of people actually hate you guys. And a lot of you people are at risk. So let's work on getting you safe first, yeah? We all do things for different reasons is my point. We all take different strategies and approaches. And not everyone can see that because you're in the speed force. You're in flow state. You're making this magic happen. You're the superhero here. Another great example, we already spoke about Hancock. You're giving me Hancock in the story. But how many other superheroes are there in the Hancock story? Only one. Only Hancock's ex, who is a superhero in hiding. What a weird way to go, because this is the story that's actually coming out. Because the images that I'm getting is a woman in hiding who is giving me the character in Hancock, the female one. And then obviously the masculine Hancock, who is constantly hated, like, oh, here he comes again, flying in to save the day, this fucking drunkard. Do you get what I mean? But he is a superhero. But he's living in a world where that's not really the norm. And everyone else is an NPC and everyone else is a muggle. So yeah, it's hard for him. He's sick of fucking being able to save the world in 2.4 seconds while everyone else sits there gawking at the struggles of life. So yeah, you're going to call him manic and crazy and off his rocker and a lunatic because he's perceiving the world in a different way. He has unique functioning. So that's you. You're doing things amazingly. And the truth of the matter is, I will give you advice, especially if I'm connecting with a masculine like I think I am, or you're presenting with a lot of masculine energy, feminine. This woman needs to be able to come out of this shrouded darkness and this isolated kind of loneliness and withdrawn energy, because the level of work that you are willing to put in and the level of things that you are willing to do and the way in which you are willing to save this feminine, they do present as equal give and take, but there's got to be all I can identify as because I'm thinking of Hancock. The female in Hancock, she didn't want to come out as a superhero. And that was weighing on Hancock. Go and watch the movie. There's symbolism all over that. I'm not going to ruin it, and even though it's old, and dive into analysing the whole movie. You can watch it and take your own symbolism from it. But do you get what I mean? It's harsh for you to be the one fighting all the fight, and then this character here is pretending that they're not just as skilled, but they are. And that's why you love them, because they're incredibly skilled. That's why you're drawn to them, because they're incredibly skilled in whatever you do. But you're the one out here in the Speed Force dressed like this as a superhero with your shield and your armor and all your cool stuff, while this person's just here, but they've been wounded and they've been hurt. They have all the markings of a genius, of a star, of a superhero. You know who they are at the core. And you know that they've been hurt. And you've also been hurt. But you're still out here in battle armor. And this person's hidden away. Somewhat regressive. Somewhat depressive as well. Broken from whatever's occurred. But you keep fighting for them. Some of you guys, this could be a long-term spouse that you've been with as well, who has just been avoiding getting back into the social group, getting back into the swing of things. Yeah? Could have maybe had a miscarriage even, or lost a child, or lost a family member or loved one, and just kind of like withdrawn since then. And you've been fighting the good fight, or something happened online socially with this person, and they've just pulled away ever since, and you've just been flying the flag on the front line ever since. Doing amazing things while this person's in the back, and you're protecting them, you're still fighting the good fight. But this person needs, I guess, more love and healing and a surety that you're working towards, because you are slowly moving in that direction. But you both got to balance out that independence and make space for each other and feel safe with each other after what you've both been through as well. Because you get attacked quite frequently, publicly, I feel, as well, and take the brunt of shit. Well, this person's just tired of taking the brunt of it all. And some people are made for the public eye and some people are not, so it's each to their own. But I think you guys will find the healthy balance between the two and really start to flourish, which looks gorgeous, Libra. Yeah? So we'll be back soon with more to find out more. But until then, you can check out all the other readings on the channel. There is a reading that drops each and every day. Love and light.